tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Yes!
Yes.
Nice.
Here we go. I was gonna say that.
Welcome everybody to AfterBuzz TV. Thanks for tuning in once again. You are here for episode 9 of Scorpion, US versus UN versus UK. Here we are. You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Monse Bolanos. Monse is spelled M-O-N-S-E. I'm so excited to be here because across from me, not only is Susannah Kim here, but Mr. Kevin Weisman, aka Ray, is here.
Ray is in the house.
Kevin, tell the people where they can follow you.
KevinWeisman.com. Well, I do have a website. What are you on Twitter?
Yeah, yes. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Vine, Match.com, whatever.
Tinder. Yes, at Kevin Weisman, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
The whole enchilada.
Just my name. No official. No, it's Kevin Weisman.
None of that.
No, that guy, Kevin Weisman. Just Kevin Weisman.
No, that guy.
The real one.
Susannah. Where?
You can find me on Twitter at Susannah_Kim and on Instagram at Susannah Kim.
Yay, here we are.
I feel like I should do that now. I'm going to follow you right now.
Thank you.
Well, wait.
That's all right.
I will, but I'm not getting good service in it. All right.
Yeah, wait till after.
Is there a Wi-Fi? What's the code? All right. Cool. Give it to me later.
Now, before we get officially started into the episode, one, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Happy to be here.
We are so
it's my
happy.
second time here in the AfterBuzz studio.
Awesome.
I was here for Hello Ladies a few years ago, HBO show.
And you were at the old studio, which we talked about.
Yes.
So how's this studio?
This is nice.
You like it?
Yeah. This is an upgrade.
Yeah, it's an upgrade.
Nice brick on the wall.
Yeah.
We're downtown Los Angeles, as you can see. From
yes, our windows.
Yes, the beautiful windows.
Urban setting.
Very.
Enjoy the view.
Yes, it's a gorgeous night tonight in LA.
It is. Yes, it is. But I must tell you, after season 1 ended, I was like, I like Scorpion. I'm in it. I saw the whole season.
Yeah.
But this season has completely changed for the better in all ways. Specifically, Ray. The Ray way.
The Ray way.
The Ray way.
The Ray way. You have been such an awesome addition to the show.
Right.
Thank you. It's been a blast. When Nick Santora gave me a call and asked me if I was interested and had an opportunity to take a look at the show. The actors are fantastic and love working with Elias and Robert and Kat and Ari and Eddie. It's a great group.
Yeah.
It's a great group.
Little family
really
now.
Yeah, I'm like a distant cousin. I'm like the weird cousin in the corner.
The weird cousin.
Like eating the cronut. Hey.
Yes.
You guys, can I eat at the big table? So no, it's been great. Yeah, everyone was very welcoming and it's been really fun.
Yeah, everything you've brought to the table this season, like not just the comedy side of things.
Jaden was the other cast member that I didn't mention.
Jaden Happy, yes.
I was like, who did I forget? Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and
the ferret.
no, the Ralph. Who plays Ralph?
Oh, yes.
Ralph. Did you say Robert?
I said Robert. RP.
RP.
We call him RP. Yes, his friends call him RP.
Okay,
Yes.
We can't call him that.
No.
We have to call him Mr. Patrick.
Not yet.
Patrick.
You call him Mr. Patrick.
Mr. Patrick, which we would love to have you on the show.
Yes, Mr. Patrick.
RP.
RP.
Come on down to the studios. Beautiful downtown LA.
See?
Yes.
Now I'm going to cut this and tweet him that.
Yes.
So that
There
he
you
can
go.
see it and believe it.
Done.
But yes, I love you. I love the comedy you've added, and I love the relationship Walter has with you.
Yes.
The friendship.
Yeah, right from the get-go. When you first came on, we were like, we hope we see him again. We hope, he brings something out of Walter that we haven't seen. And yeah, you totally have.
I think that was the goal was, Walter's character's kind of a little bit socially awkward. It's difficulty communicating. And so Nick Santora and the writers wanted to bring someone in to help Walter come out of his shell. And listen to a little Eddie Money.
Yeah.
Have lunch in the 1972 Gremlin. And then I moved into the actual
Garage.
garage.
Yeah.
Yes,
Awesome.
yes.
So good.
It's been a nice slow build.
But
he
it's-
was reluctant at first to be friends with Ray.
Well, yeah,
of course.
Ray's so
Nice.
different.
Totally.
Like, it wasn't just like a normal friend that he was picking up. You know, Ray is on one side of the spectrum.
Right.
He's not necessarily very normal, and he's on the other side of the spectrum.
Right.
So it's just
a bit
such
more
a
outgoing.
yes.
Exactly.
Spouting maxims.
Yeah.
And living in the present and a little more emotionally present.
Yes.
Yeah.
And perhaps someone like Walter, whose rational brain and is fully developed, but the emotional brain is in its infancy.
Yeah.
And I think it's the opposite with Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Ray might not be the smartest tool in the shed, but he's very highly developed emotionally, and he's very connected, and that's because of his backstory.
Yeah.
Yes, and we keep learning more about that, which is amazing.
Yeah, little by little.
Like they give you little, like,
Tidbits.
Right,
Little
because like the
tinklets.
first
Yeah,
time,
exactly.
the first time we saw that
Spoiler alert,
photo,
by the way, yes.
that
Oh, the photo of
the very first
photo.
time we saw that, we're like,
They just
oh,
drop that and they're like, we're gonna save that.
yeah, that's it.
We'll come back to it.
And we all remembered
the
it.
show's good about that. Like when they reference things, they usually come back full circle, and you see why. And I remember taking that photo, and I didn't know what the history was yet with my partner, the firefighter, who we find out. She was,
Yeah.
that's a little bit. Yeah, we find out that he died in the line of duty, and Ray blames himself, and as a result, left
Yeah.
the the fire company and bailed on the wife and the kid of his partner. He was the godfather, so obviously had an emotional breakdown himself. And
Right.
trying to come out of that. So it's been great. The writers have really written really nice layered character.
Well, we're glad you're here. We're glad you're in the show. The
Yeah.
fans feel the same.
Yes.
Instantly agreed with us when we were
yeah.
like, we hope we see Ray
Yeah.
again, or Kevin. They
Yeah.
instantly were like tweeting us, oh yeah, he's going to be in 7 episodes. So everyone,
Yeah, it was
Was
supposed to
agreeing.
be 7, ended up being 10, I think.
That's
So-
awesome.
it's awesome.
What a
few
compliment.
extra.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
So
Yeah.
amazing.
They
That's,
haven't killed me yet.
oh no, they can't do that.
No.
No,
That,
no,
they can't
that would
do
kill
that.
me.
That would kill us, and I think that would kill Walter a little bit.
Right,
His
yeah.
first friend is like
I
gone.
know.
His first friend.
His first friend. No.
True. Well, he's friends with little Ralph.
Little, yeah. Well, let's get started with the
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah, yeah.
And let's start. Yes, you were teaching Ralph. We're gonna say for all of you thinking about Milvester. We're gonna talk about that after. Which, by the way, somebody tweeted me #Milvester wedding, and I had not seen the episode. So that was
a
great.
beautiful moment. I'm cutting to the end.
But we'll get there.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
so
They're
when
so
I was
good.
watching the
So good.
episode, I
Emotional,
already
yeah.
knew it was gonna. I just didn't know how, but I
yeah.
knew it was coming.
Oh.
But anywho, you were trying to help Ralph better his gym skills at the beginning of this
Yes.
episode.
Yes.
So adorable.
Somebody needed to.
Someone needed to.
Yeah, they have. he had a stunt double.
Can
Yes.
we talk
Wow.
about that? Because it was so clear. I died laughing
Yeah.
as I was watching, and the
was she?
bag. Yes, the
A
bag
very
that
short
Ralph.
woman.
I think that was my biggest complaint. I told Susannah, I was like, I wish they would have gotten someone around the same height, because that's what killed it for me. That I
Right.
saw the
She was so
height.
tall.
Yes.
Well, maybe she was a little taller, perhaps.
That I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
oh,
it was
you
the
noticed
camera.
it? Oh.
Instantly.
Oh, yeah.
That's too bad. I also had a stunt double. No, I didn't.
Oh.
Just to push the bag.
Just
I was like, you guys, I'm gonna have some M&Ms. Can we have my guy push the bag? I'm good. No, I did it. No, they had, because
did
you
it.
can't have a little. I mean, all I had to do was push the bag. You can't have a small child, going flying across the
Right,
room
of
after getting
course.
hit by a real heavy bag. So we did the thing where I push it and then it misses him, and then they kind of say hold, and they bring in the stunt
Right.
double. She gets smacked. They add in
Yeah.
a sound effect. Bring him back in. And there you go.
Yeah.
Magic.
It was a movie
Not to
magic
ruin
there.
the smoke and mirrors of movie making. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I just wish it would have been, I don't know, done better, make it a little blurrier. I just
Wow.
instantly caught it. And I normally...
Hashtag tough crowd. Tough crowd over here. I can't wait till they get to my scenes. God, I thought this was like a
so
love
funny.
fest. I thought it was a scorpion love fest.
He's never coming back.
No.
He's never coming back.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
But
we lost Robert too.
we've lost
We're
them all.
done.
We're
just
done.
gonna be
We're
off,
done.
off YouTube
And I must also say that I love that you still call Paige Peggy.
yeah.
Like as
Love
she
that.
walked in.
Hey, Peggy.
Peggy, Polly, Paula. We've had quite a few
You have.
Ray mistakes. It happened in an improvisational moment in an earlier episode, the writers really loved it and then just
Kept going.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's so good
So
because it's
funny.
hilarious.
I
And
try to
Walter
improvise a
corrects
little
you,
bit.
like,
Yeah.
every time you say it wrong, he tells you you're
She's
saying
like,
it.
it's not right. Even now, though, a Cat McPhee will just like give me that look, like, not my name.
Not my name, but she's kind of like accepted it. Like,
Yeah. Like, I'm not even gonna correct you at this point.
At this point, no.
Yeah.
But the mission is we get Olivia Cromwell, aka Sonia.
AKA
Penny
from
from
Lost. Hello, not Penny's boat.
All right, well,
Not Penny's boat. I should have written that on my hand.
Oh, so good.
Not Penny's boat.
So obviously we have Lost fans, and they have lost me because I've never seen that show.
Love her.
I know.
Hashtag fail.
I can't. No, but anywho, I'm sure she's great because I loved her. She was so evil, so ruthless, but didn't show that, and she was so calm and ruthless.
Well, you didn't know she was ruthless at first. You're saying by the end.
But no, even
You
throughout the episode, before it was revealed that she was evil, just in the
Right.
sense when she was with Cooper and she's like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go get a car because I have to personally detain them.
Right.
All of that, without
Yeah.
even knowing, I was just like, goodness, woman!
MI6 authoritative.
Yeah! Like,
TCOB.
yeah, all of those things. But we got Olivia, we have a secret kind of agent, Ian Gleason, Damon Harriman.
Harriman.
also
yeah.
very good.
He was in Breaking Bad. He was also in Justified. Guy's a great actor.
Yeah, he was
Great.
all of the 3 guest stars that we had, including who plays Jonas Medaki, Sammy Rotibi.
Sammy Rotibi, he's a friend of mine. Yeah.
Yeah,
Great guy.
all 3 of them were so good.
Right. And you're also, Perry Gilpin, but you didn't.
Oh, right, but she's not
She's recurring.
new. Yes,
Right.
yes,
Yeah.
she's also great, and I love that she was sticking up for Scorpion since we've had so many issues with the deputy director, with the
Yes.
previous leader, just kind of leaving them down, hanging in, dry. So.
Alana Garza.
Exactly.
Right.
Right,
Yes.
that's what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yes.
So it was nice to see her try and stand up for her people. Basically, you guys, or you are part of Scorpion now. You've
Right.
said it yourself.
You guys.
I do
on your
help
shirt.
them with the horse pee.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So they needed something to track the horses. I mean, Ray was there with the horse pee. I don't know if you noticed, I was eating some ice cream there. That was supposed to be a thing, but the ice cream was like the smallest scoop. I was like, this is such a small scoop.
You wanted more ice cream.
I kind of, just for the visual, but the props department's great. I'm not clowning on the props department.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good.
I'm
you're
sure
good.
they'll take note of that.
They will take note.
They'll get you.
They're watching
you
right now,
next
like
time.
that. Ray, Kevin Weisman,
Right. We're gonna show him about props.
Yeah.
Next time he gets no ice cream.
Yeah.
You have to fake it, Kevin.
Yeah. It was coconut ice cream, by the way.
Oh, that sounds delicious, actually.
Not good, yeah.
Delicious. So our team of Scorpion has to help sneak in Gleason into the UN so that they can listen in on a conversation that is only spoken by less than 12 people in the world. Gleason can understand it, and they have to sneak him in so that they can see where this exchange of weapons is going to happen. Because even though Jonas Medaki is the ambassador to the U.S. from African nation of Buriton, he's actually an evil guy.
Right.
He and they want to take him down. And at this point, I was like, someone's evil, but I thought it was Gleason.
Yeah.
Really?
I did.
From the get-go?
From the get-go. I was like, because Scorpion does this.
Yeah, you know,
They
I
show
didn't think of
they
that.
show you all these pieces, and they're like, look at all these pieces. One of these
always
is
one.
not what
Guys,
one of these. They
it's
do
like when you
that.
watch a crime show,
Yeah.
and like it's like the wife, and you're like, that's gonna be her.
Yeah.
And then you get to the episode, it's like, what was her?
Exactly. So I actually
really
thought
Or
complicated.
Gleason.
usually it's
Dude, I
not the
didn't catch him
person
at
you
all.
think it's going to be. They lead you astray. It's called a MacGuffin. Hitchcock would always have
Yes.
a MacGuffin, which was like the one thing. It's going to be this guy, but in actuality, it wasn't.
Yeah.
You got MacGuffed.
You got
I know,
didn't
exactly.
think
I
that.
still was wrong, even though I thought, somebody's evil here. I still was wrong. And they
And
have
he has
to...
that turn pretty quickly where all of a sudden he's speaking in kind of more of a lower class English accent. You're like, wait, that's not the same guy. And,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Eddie had a great joke about it.
Yeah, he says...
Yeah, Colin
accent
Firth
switch
to
from...
Michael Caine.
Exactly.
Yeah, Colin Firth,
So
my kid,
quick.
so funny.
Yeah. And this is all in the opening scene. Like, Scorpion loves to give us a jam-packed 10 minutes of intro.
Oh, it's crazy.
So they're able to
I'm
sneak
like,
in.
just get to the credits so I can see my name already.
Right, yeah, we're like halfway
taking
through the
so
episode. I'm
long.
like, there are still credits
There's
going on,
still-
Monse.
Yeah, there's still credits going on. I know. And to get into the UN already was a problem. There were so many things they had to sneak through. The first was getting through the first area of security, and it was distracting the guards on the horses with the pee
Yeah.
that
Horse
you...
pee.
were able to bring in. Way to go, Ray.
By the way,
Ray saved the day.
I love your Barstow shirt.
I know, it's not funny.
Where's a shirt that says Barstow?
Out of all places in the world.
Shout out to the wardrobe. They are amazing. They got me some great shirts on that show.
It's so good.
Sun Your Buns from the last episode was my personal favorite.
Gosh.
So good. But I loved
funny.
Barstow too. It's just like
really?
Okay. Barstow.
That show was
You
actually
would.
designed by one of the writers. I think it was Rob Perlstein. He had a t-shirt company before
Really?
he kind of started working as a writer, and that was his design.
Wow.
For you or
Just happened.
Well, no,
it
he designed that
existed.
years ago. Yeah, he had a vision. He was like, I'm going to work with Kevin Weisman and on a show called Scorpion. No, this was like from like 10 years ago, or whenever he made the shirt, and then they were
brought
like,
it in.
oh, he brought it in, and they said, oh, we're going to use that.
It
Something
was
like
perfect.
So cool.
It was so perfect for you. And I loved your line when you came in and you're like, I'm Ray. Tell the queen I said sup.
What's
that. Yeah,
up?
I mean, just a quick note about that. So I improvise quite a bit on the show. I always do one take that's as written, for the writers, and then, I kind of try to give my own take, and they allow me to do my thing.
That's
I
awesome.
love it.
Which is kind of what I've done throughout my career. And we had like seven different versions of that line. Like Elliot kept feeding me lines. Like I think I said, tell the queen I said, hello, you sexy minx. That was one of them. We had literally, and the list just went on. I said so many different things. A lot of them not really ready for primetime television.
I would love to see those just back to back.
Right? Just back to back. These
Blooper reel.
Oh, so good. But love it. Like I said, such a perfect addition to the show. So we get past the first point of security. Second point of security is a full body scanner. And the problem is that the third part of security requires a biometric scan of a hand.
Yeah.
So they impregnate Paige very quickly.
Very necessary.
They make these fake hands also very quickly.
Right.
Like, how did you get this done so fast, Toby?
Yeah.
It's a big favor.
It was a huge favor. That was done so quickly.
It's called taking liberties.
Yes.
Yes.
It's called movie
Dramatic
magic.
license.
Yes.
Movie magic, smoke and mirrors. Anything else? Yeah.
And in order to get through the full body scanners, Happy has to go rig the wires underground, of course. Paige is able to get through because she knocks the wiring out, the electricity out. So
Right.
they just use the little
Manual,
the manual
yeah.
one. She's able to get in. She's got hands in her belly.
Yeah.
That's just weird. I know. I would have also been like, wait a minute, what am I carrying in my stomach? No. And then they use the fake hands to
Yeah.
get through the third part of security. And it's so funny seeing Paige with a big old hand,
Right.
like.
Yeah.
But it would look like that, And then they make a comment of they're not going to notice. These people are just looking for a green light. So many,
Right,
and
they
it's
go
so true. Security really isn't going to have time to look. So they get through and they have to go get Gleason and Happy from the basement because that's the only way to sneak them in. And Medaki security is already there, causes a little bit of a fight, and we are quickly revealed to us that this is not the real plot. That Medaki is going to be assassinated by Gleason, and they are supposed to help him assassinate.
Gleason is one bad mofo.
Yes, and that's when his accent changed.
Yeah, and he does that crazy fight.
Yes.
Yeah. He gives some
Did
good
not
fighting
see,
skills.
Right. Was that?
It was
Was
the
that a
same
stunt?
stunt double that they used for Ralph. No, it's not.
say
They can only afford one stunt double.
Yeah.
It's the same short woman. So that was why
mean, she's
sometimes it
good.
looks better than others.
She's good.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
versatile.
Because if there was a stunt person in that fight, I didn't catch it. It was very
No,
seamless.
yeah, it was
you know
good.
what?
That
There
was really good.
probably was somebody, but he did do. It looked like he did a lot of his own stuff.
Yeah, it looked real. It was
Yeah,
Sure
it was
they had-
believable,
I'm sure they had
totally.
somebody for the falls, and they have a great stunt coordinator on the show as well.
Yeah.
I had to do a stunt earlier. It's not a big deal. I had to ride a motorcycle, you guys. It's not that big of a deal.
Too bad
but I
that
was I also did a stunt. I'm just saying.
It's too
I
bad.
don't know if you remember. I was on a
no.
motorcycle.
Right. Where credit's due. You're right.
But I have to tell you, you do know Ari tweeted a photo of you guys in front of a green screen.
Yes,
Yes.
I remember that.
So
You're right. I didn't actually ride the motorcycle.
So you were safely sitting on top of a motor.
While
That's
I
good.
was
That's real
eating a
good.
sandwich
Good
from
stuff,
craft
right,
service. Oh, you guys be rolling? Oh, can you take this? I'll hold my coffee for a second. All right. Are we done? You guys, I'm so tired. But
good stunt work.
Yeah, thank you. No, yeah. Well, it's for insurance purposes. We're not allowed to ride motorcycles.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
And they gave me a really weird looking helmet. I remember. I was like, "Was this helmet from the '70s?" Like,
Yes, it did. But it was
pretty
perfect
funny.
for Ray.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good for the comedy. Good for the comedy.
And this is actually the point where Cooper tries to stand up for the team, Catherine Cooper, when she's like, I have to get him out, we can't do this, and Cromwell's like,
Roz
they're
from
on...
Frasier.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's old school.
But you are, I didn't think
Before
about
your
that.
time.
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
I didn't notice that
But you're
until,
right,
yeah. Says that they're on international soil, and if they don't do what she says, she's going to send them to prison. And then right here, I wrote evil in parentheses. She's evil! How did I not see it? And I wrote it down, evil. It was just so, she's evil. Anywho, they need to break into the meeting room where Madaki's gonna meet the other person to do the exchange.
Right.
But there's like a high-level security door that he has installed. Like, you're cray.
Of course, right.
Right? You tripping. Like, if these many people are after you, you need this much security, you need to be killed. But he has this, that sounded bad, but he has a door installed, and they're like, Walter's trying to break in, and he's like, there's an issue. We are not told this issue. And I was like, I wonder why we're not told. Oh, well, let's just keep watching.
I totally thought it was awkward. I was like, this is such an awkward moment, like, what's going on? Like, I thought it was weird. And then when he finally answered, I was like, no, that can't be it, because it was just so, I totally thought it was weird, but then I forgot about it really quickly, like you said.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I
I quickly just moved on, and I was like, all right, whatever. But we don't exactly know what. He's just showing something, and then they say that they can't get in because there's, like, a key pad that they have to put in a passcode that is connected to through the Ethernet cable inside. So it's just, like, not possible.
Yeah.
So there's, like, a lot of things they gotta do because they can't break in. Right. So they all kind of go a different direction to try and start the next plan of action.
There's always so many plans.
I know. There are so many things.
Keep track of the plans.
Who are you telling? They are very quick on their feet. So we get Happy and Toby messing with the wiring again of the elevator because they're trying to get him to the 7th floor. Right. Cape says there's no surveillance. In this scene, when she's like messing with the wiring, and then she says, all right, when I flip the switch, we hustle.
Right.
I was like, what are you flipping the switch for? Because she had already messed with the wiring, and Walter had already said, okay, and then like the elevator had stopped.
Right.
And then she did that, and I was like, what is this switch for?
Right.
I caught that. But I didn't know what.
I totally didn't catch that.
I just was like, why? That's interesting. So and then we really have no idea at this point yet. And
By
then
the way, I don't remember any of this because I only fast forward to my scenes.
Perfect.
So what you're talking about sounds
good.
Like, I don't even know what show. Is it Criminal
So I'll
Minds?
look you up when we get back to
Yeah.
your scene.
Yeah. You're coming in shortly. You're coming in
No,
very...
I'm just joking. Of course, I watch it. It's fantastic. Go on.
No, I think Ari said the same thing or something alluding those lines. I think I was like,
he was like, that's why I came on this episode because it's all about me.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I came on the wrong episode. Not a lot of Ray.
But you were included in the 2 main storylines.
It's true.
Yeah.
And
You're the
even
only
when I
one.
There
Totally.
was like, well, Ray did this thing. So it's like,
And when, like I said...
I'm just joking. Go on.
And also we got Cabe trying to sneak into the security area because they need to stall Mr. Madaki's speech from happening. Because the minute he's done presenting his speech at the UN, because that's why he's there, he's going to leave. So they got to stall, and he stalls by giving him a translator.
Yes.
Now the translator is Toby.
Right.
And he needs to translate Polish, and that's where you come in.
Yeah. Toby looks very handsome in his suit, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Very sharp.
That conversation when he's calling you and he's like, your last name, it's Polish, right? And you're like, just like a bratwurst. And he's like, that's German.
German.
And then you mention your grandmother, and then he says, that's French. And then he's like, no problem, amigo. And he's like, Spanish? Like, I can't. None of it, just Polish.
I was like,
great.
remind me to punch you when I get back.
Yeah, right.
When he said us. Why so mean to Ray?
He is, yeah, I know. Why so mean to Ray? But I loved all of that because the whole translating thing went throughout kind of the whole episode. Like, it was chopped up, and you know, they kept cutting back to it.
Yeah.
And it was so hilarious to try and see you translate, all while I thought it was interesting how every time they cut back to you, your shot got wider, and then more and more of the hospital was showing.
Oh, right.
And then the last time, it was like, is he at the, like, for sure, I was like, he's at the hospital. what is he
did that
doing?
on purpose. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
pretty good. You notice that it was in the script. Like we don't see that he's at the hospital. And
Oh,
then-
really?
Yeah. So I guess it worked well.
The very
Yeah.
first shot, it's even blurry. Like you don't know where you're at,
Yeah,
and then
it's
it
just
gets
my large head. And
Yeah, exactly. That's the first
Too
thing.
close.
I know. I was
Let's
like,
move
why is
back.
there such a big head on camera? I'm confused.
Wow.
Never
Tough
coming
crowd.
back.
Crowd.
But last time.
Right, first and last, so you gotta make it good.
Right.
But totally noticed that. So by that last shot, I was like,
Yeah.
he's at the hospital. Why he's there?
So good.
So good. I loved Toby. Everything he added to the translating.
Oh yeah, all
Of
the
the Polish.
ridiculousness.
So good. Up until the last moment when you're like, platter. No. It's not platter, Toby.
Yeah.
It's Matt.
Yeah.
Like,
Which I was actually surprised that Ray knew his stuff. I was like,
Yes!
oh, he's actually pulling through for the team.
Well, they had
Look
written
at
it that
you.
I knew it really well, so I kind of massaged it a little and made it that he didn't really know, and I kind of, you know what I mean?
but you had to kind of remember.
Yeah, just because I didn't think that Ray would be that proficient.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
That's
you
exactly
know,
what I was thinking. I mean,
right.
unless maybe he really did grow up with his grandma and,
French grandma.
right.
But even if
Just
you
a French
do,
French.
That taught him Polish.
even if you do,
Right.
like you don't.
She speaks Polish.
Yeah, you don't really. You're not practicing it every day, so you're trying to
Exactly.
remember.
Yes.
I mean, you're from Costa Rica.
Yes.
How's your Spanish?
It's great.
It's pretty good, actually. I mean,
Hablo español.
yeah,
Oh,
también.
sí, también.
sí.
¿A dónde aprendiste?
Estudié en mi escuela UCEAE para 2 años.
Ah, check it.
nice.
Claro que sí, claro que sí.
But in my defense, I speak Spanish to my parents, so it's something that I do every day, you know, type of thing.
Sure.
But yes, you're right. If you can know it and not practice it and have to kind of like
Pull it out.
pull it
somewhere.
out,
Yeah.
yeah.
totally.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
think
totally
you
what
would
you
make
did.
those mistakes.
Yes.
Platter,
Matter. Totally.
Yeah.
It was so good. Did you do any studying on the Polish language?
Well, they had a woman that recorded the how to say it phonetically
Okay.
for me, and I would listen to it on my iPhone like moments before we shot it. I was just like going over it, just
Yeah.
trying to. But I mean, I thought it would be okay that if he didn't totally say it 100% correctly, like we were saying.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, I had to just that. I remember that line. Tak, you asked him too much, and something like that.
There you
Yeah.
go. And now you speak Polish.
And now,
Which
now-
means
add that
I'm
to
your
the resume.
translator.
Yeah.
right,
How often am I going to say that?
and then translate. Oh, well. Just say it again. I'm your
Tak,
translator.
you asked him too much.
that whole scene, all that was, I think, my favorite part of the
It was
episode.
fun. It
Yeah.
looked
The whole
so good, too.
translating
Yeah,
thing.
It looked so cool in the UN with all the different
Yeah.
delegates and everything.
Yeah. Loved it. And at the same time, we have Happy trying to steal some hard salami casings
Delicious.
to create a small bomb.
Not
They
to
said it's not a
eat.
bomb.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
Right.
delicious. They're trying to make a little bomb or a charge enough to knock out Medaki, but nobody else around him. And they're able to make that, and they have to do a swap with his laptop. And that's when Paige comes in as the makeup artist. And she has an assistant, Ursula. That was so funny.
That would look like an Ursula.
Yeah.
So funny. I know.
And
And
she-
she was given some attitude.
Yeah, I
Yes!
loved it.
And then Happy was not
Yes,
happy
ma'am.
about it.
Yeah.
She's like, she didn't like Ursula, and she was already just like, all right, Paige, you need to. But she's her assistant, and she tells Medaki that she has to do her makeup, and they're able to do the switch. So right before he goes to do his speech, the small bomb, the charge, is already in his laptop or a case. And he goes to do the speech, and Cromwell, Cooper, they're back listening. They're like, all right, it's going to happen. Because once you shook it, it was 15 minutes until it...
Yeah,
Which I was surprised. I was like, man, that was what? Salami, 3 types of cleaning solution, baking tin?
Yeah,
I was
how
like,
easy is that?
"Alright, I want to try that.
Yeah.
See what we
I'm
do.
Yeah,
not
it
sure
look-
how accurate the bomb making.
We'll
Right,
try.
yeah.
We'll let you know. We'll let you know, Kevin. We're gonna try it out and see if it really is 15 minutes. And 15 minutes go by, nothing happens. But Walter, like the whole time, he's on his computer and he's like, no, I got it. Like we have a plan B. We're gonna take him out. Like it's okay. I was wondering. I was like, it seems like he's
You
not
notice.
doing what he's saying.
Right.
Like I think he's doing something else on his computer, telling Cromwell whatever she wants to hear.
Yeah.
And I kind of noticed it, but at the same time, I was like, no, keep going, do.
Even super slightly, there was a point where they throw Gleason down the incinerator, and she's like asking what's going on.
Yeah.
And then who is it? Like Robert Patrick. He's like, oh, tell Cromwell this is what's going on. Not so much that this is what happened. He's like, tell her this. I was like, oh, interesting.
Yeah, I didn't even bring that up. The whole Gleason being, because when he gets to the 7th floor, because there's so many moving factors to this mission. But yeah, when they finally do stop the elevator on the 7th floor, Cabe is there, and I actually wrote down, I was like, why is Cabe doing nothing?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I thought he's just looking like, Cabe, get out there, kick some ass, and no, they throw.
He's
you're
like
right.
Creepily looking behind.
Yes.
Like, whoa, are we on a different show here? What's going on?
Are you gonna record that?
So you're right. Gleason goes down the incinerator. Gleason's dead. All that, and the way that whole thing's happening, where Walter, like I said, is on the computer. He's on the phone or on his comm saying what's going on. And when they take down his guards, kind of one by one, one in the stairwell with the mini bomb, and then they redirect everybody to not go to the helicopter that's waiting for him, but to go to the vehicle. And they electrocute one of the guards on the fence. And
it's very Home Alone.
Yeah, so it's so much happening, and it was just, and then even Happy says, like, Walter's brilliance still, like, shocks me in a way, you know?
Yeah.
It was just so many things happening, and then he gets in a car and drives off. And then you're like, oh, he gets away.
Yeah.
Walter is on the comm and is like telling Cromwell and Cooper, you're going to have to do this because he got away. The car's driving, and then when it stops,
so good.
And he's like, there's a car following us, what are you doing? And then the window goes down, and it's Gleason. I was like, shut up.
I love that. I love that.
He's alive.
I was like, shut up. I was like, twin? No. Ghost? What is it? Like,
I'm you want him to go Mission Impossible like this?
Yeah.
It's really Ray. Hey, what up, y'all?
It just, I didn't know. And then it cut to commercial to leave you all these thoughts. Like, it was just like, cut.
God.
That was good.
It was so good.
So good.
You guys are really prepared.
Oh.
That's impressive. I was just like, what? I don't even remember that.
Well, you weren't in this.
No, I remember. Go on.
You probably didn't.
What are the people online saying? The live people. What are they saying?
Yeah, what are the people saying?
Send me a
They're
message.
saying, why doesn't he watch his show?
Actually, this is a perfect
Is that what
time
you're
No.
to thank a couple of our viewers.
Yes.
Every week we have
Let's see what
loyal
they're saying.
viewers, and we appreciate you guys tuning in. JC Fang, she
What up,
brought
JC?
up that the ferret that came out in last episode with
Yeah.
Toby is
Ferris
a ferret
Bueller.
from episode 18, of season 1. And then she also mentioned that she thinks the real Walter O'Brien is actually working on this brain implementing or like transferring, that he's trying to do for Megan.
Project.
Yes, and it's a 2045 initiative. I looked into it, and it is a real thing, but there's so many people involved.
That's awesome.
I think he's like one of maybe the researchers, but it was started by somebody else. And the idea is that there are humans alive right now that could possibly live to 1,000 years old.
Wow.
That's what they're trying to do with
Oh
this
my God.
2045 initiative. If you're interested, look it up. Veneri, thanks for always listening. Steven Starr, we appreciate everything.
Yes.
What up,
I have a big
Corbone?
thank you to Tanya at Forever Alum. She made a great graphic for us.
Yes,
saying
we
that
saw
Kevin
your
was going to be
graphic.
on the show.
Yeah, that
Thank
was
you.
amazing.
Thank
what
you,
up,
thank you.
Corbione said Ray is cool. All
Yeah.
right. What up, Steven Starr?
Yeah, Steven Starr is great.
Yes, thank
Always
you.
Hi,
joining us,
Alice
Corby one too.
They said the Ray way. Oh,
The Ray Way. The Ray Way.
that's it.
All right.
I mean, they said other things about other people, but
But it's only about you.
yeah, I'm just scrolling.
It's your life. We're just
Somebody
living
says,
in it.
somebody, Leslie Tat
Uh-huh.
said should watch Frasier on Netflix. Very funny show. Won 5
Mm-hmm.
Emmys for best comedy. My very first, one of my very first jobs was on Frasier. I did one episode.
I saw that.
With
I
that,
had 2 lines. I was a painter. Yeah.
Oh.
1995.
with that,
I was 7.
let me ask you, Frasier,
Yeah.
Alias, The Blacklist, Hello Ladies, Awake.
stuff.
This is just like a fraction
Been doing it a long
of
time.
what you've done.
Yeah.
How is Scorpion different from all the other projects you've been a part of?
That's a really good question. It's a very unique character. I like his, I've played characters that are vulnerable before, but I like his vulnerability, but I also like his sense of confidence and bravado and caring. He's just a really sweet, caring person. It's fun to play those characters. I do play a lot of kind of bad guys or sometimes jerks or.
No.
I mean, well, like on Hello Ladies, it was
Oh God.
funny, but he was like just he was a guy that was just
A guy.
unsavory guy that you find in LA, but was likable. But and on Alias was a real kind of vulnerable guy. But I just love Ray. He's just a sweet man.
Yeah, I like that you mentioned his confidence because I like that about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
About Ray.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you have this feel like it seems like he's like you said he's not the sharpest tool in the shed, but at the same time he just has this sense of like being like he knows who he is, you know,
Yeah.
and he's just okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sister was like, I love Ray. I want Ray to be my friend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Just
me
knows
too.
Who he is.
Seems like a cool guy.
Yeah. So it's nice. It's nice, like I said, to see this character in this type of show.
And the last thing I'll say is the writers are really good. When you work on a really good show, they work with you. You create a character, and then you kind of put your stamp on it. They see what you do, and then they write for what you've done. And I feel like the writers and I really met halfway to create this guy. So it's been a nice collaboration.
And I believe that they've even done that with other characters because this show
sure,
has
of course.
turned for the better for everyone.
Yeah,
Just
and we keep saying that
Yeah.
the writing is just killer this season.
Yeah.
Because the characters are more defined.
Developed,
That's
yeah,
the problem
exactly.
with a lot of shows. Like you were saying, you did Wicked City. It didn't have an opportunity. No, I mean, I'm just saying it was canceled after 3 episodes.
totally.
You know,
We're so
it's tough. It's like shows get canceled.
Yeah, it's 100%. And I'm glad this one didn't. I'm glad here we are. I can't wait for the next season and the next one after that. I can't wait. But let's go back to the episode.
Yeah, sorry, to interrupt.
No, we wanted to know.
Yeah.
We want to know what it's like to be Kevin.
It's not bad.
So we're back in the scene where everyone is reunited, and kind of the truth spills out. They are 20 feet away from like the federal line, so they can actually arrest him at this point, and everyone's there except Ray, because Ray's at the hospital with Sylvester and Megan, and we'll talk about that in just a second.
Burning the bacon.
But everything gets revealed at this point that they knew from the moment that they try to hack into the door that Miss Cromwell was in bed with Medaki, getting money, and so she was playing everybody. That is why Gleason was set up for a fake death.
Right.
So that she would believe all of this was really happening. And they go back and just show you piece by piece as to when everything happened.
I loved it. It was very Ocean's 11. For
Yes!
Yes!
And I love that!
I was like, where have I seen this before? Ocean's 11.
Done.
It was so well
good.
done.
I
I
loved
loved it.
It was so cool.
And then Cromwell.
Good editing. Man.
Yes.
Great editing on
This
show.
season, I talk about the editing all the time
Yes.
because the comedy is so subtle.
Yeah.
And it's with the cuts and the editing, how it comes out. It's so
you need a good editor, especially
You
when you're
do.
doing comedy. And I'm
Yeah,
always
a lot of your
worried. I'm
stuff.
like, I hope they use the good stuff and they cut to me at the right mo. If just my own stuff, and I'm always like, you guys did great.
Yeah. You and Toby, everyone, they've done so well. I'm so happy about it. And Cromwell pulls the gun, and Toby's like, she's not bluffing. Like, she's serious. She's, know.
She's got the eyes.
The eye,
Yeah.
her breath is calm, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And then Cooper responds, all right, shoot me. And he's like, oh, she's not bluffing either. And she grabs a gun and shoots herself. And everyone, is shocked because they also don't know what's going on. And she reveals another layer that she took the bullets out of her gun because she knew Scorpion would not just say okay to an assassination.
And I love the show, but at that point I was like, really?
I know. I get what you're saying.
Really?
I wish she just would have been like, I don't know. I just felt something was wrong.
Yeah.
That would have been it. Just say you felt something was wrong.
Yeah.
But
It's like another layer upon layer. You were like,
yeah. We talk about jumping the shark whenever you guys do it. Like when Walter dove for the moving train in the last couple on, where he just, I was like, no.
And like Toby was running down the thing to get the switch.
Happy.
I'm sorry.
Yes,
Happy to flip the switch.
all of that. But they're able to take her down, take down Medaki. They say, Gleason, you need to get out of here, and he's gone in the blink of an eye because he's an undercover agent.
Yeah.
And I love
funny.
how Happy's like, badass.
Yeah.
She's so in love with, not Gleason, but the idea
of
a secret agent.
Yeah.
It was like a Harry Potter moment. He was just like,
Yes, instantly gone. So good. And that was the mission that we had to do. Now, let's get to
The nitty-gritty.
the other stuff that happened.
good.
I know. At the beginning of the episode, we're at the hospital, and Walter says that he's got a court order because he wants to make decisions for Megan. his sister, and you know, she's being intubated, and he tells like Sylvester because the doctor's like, she's okay right now, and then he's like, all right, well, when this happens again, whatever it is that he said, I want you to intubate her again, and you know, he leaves Sylvester there. And in the middle of like the episode, we cut back to Megan and Sylvester, and she like wakes up, asks for water, and then she so heartfelt says to him like, never again. And I was like, never again, Sylvester. Like, don't let her go through this again.
The way she says his name was so like powerful.
She's Camille. I pronounce her last name.
I know what her. Yeah, it's not the easiest last name.
It's Guaty.
Guaty?
Yeah. Is that,
I think it's Guaty. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, she's
the end of that thought was that she's an amazing actress. Yeah, she's really good.
Very good. So believable. Like you feel for her. Yes. You feel her pain. And then, like I said, we start to figure things out that you're at the hospital. We don't exactly know why, but slowly they tell us you're at the hospital. And then you show up and you're like, sorry, I'm late. You know what it's like with Scorpion. You know, like.
You know what it's like.
You know what it's like.
But I got these Band-Aids.
Yeah, and I was just like,
I didn't get it. Yeah, let's burn this bacon. I was like, what?
I did not get it. And I still had the spoiler. Like, even though I knew it was coming, you still showed the 2 Band-Aids. And I was like, what? What is this Band-Aid? What is he gonna hold to?
Yeah, so cute.
Yeah.
And we tried a bunch of different lines for burn this bacon. We were like, shoot this turkey.
Oh, really?
All different things, yeah. But they just burn this bacon.
And I wrote down burn this bacon. I loved it. And you're a ordained minister from the internet. Yeah, from the internet. Like,
which you can do.
Which is
he's good old Joey.
I totally believe that Ray would be.
Yes, and that adds another layer to him. It's like, oh, whose wedding? You know, like who have you married? Yes, I love it.
I do like, the last thing I'll say about it is that he has helped everybody on the show now, just about, except for Cabe. He hasn't really done anything for Cabe yet. But he's just kind of like, you know, Toby with the fighting and just everybody.
Yeah. Everyone, Ray's growing on everybody.
Oh, totally.
And, you know, not just on Walter and everything. So
once he learns Paige's name,
she'll also like him too.
She'll come around.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that'll ever happen.
So you marry them, and then at the end of the episode, when we go back to the garage, and Paige and Walter always have that talk. We talk about how every episode goes back to the garage at the end.
Yeah.
Walter and Paige have a moment, like every time, and they go back to the hospital.
You're just gonna kiss already?
Yes! They go back to the hospital, and Walter finds out he has no authority over her anymore.
Right.
And he has a very touching moment with Sylvester, which I totally kind of shed a tear or two.
Yeah, I thought it was sweet. The whole thing.
When it got me was when Sylvester said, I love her. And he's like, I know you do. That's when it got me. And I totally shed a tear. And I was like, yes. Yeah. And then he like...
They're so good at emotional stuff on the show. It's good.
So good.
The writing was so good. Like, because I never thought of that, you know? Like him taking over, you know, authority because he's now her husband.
Right.
Like, so good.
So good.
Which is what motivated him to get married, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Aside from the love, but like to speed it along.
Right. Yeah. I know I've said now when she passes, because I've been saying she's going to pass by the end of the season.
Yeah, Monty's counting down the episodes.
No, I'm not. Like,
she's
it's
like,
not.
I'm giving her 2 more episodes.
I know what happens, but I'm not going to say anything.
Just tell us. It's okay. You don't have any contracts. I've been saying from the beginning.
She cheats on Sylvester with Ray. I'm just saying, spoiler alert.
Wedding night. Now that they're married, I'm like, don't kill her yet. Don't do it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so tough. So sweet. I guess this is a perfect time to go into predictions.
Yeah. Predictions.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV.
You can predict all you want.
Predictions.
Well,
Kevin. What do you think's gonna happen?
I kind of know, so it's not really fair.
I know. We just trying to
watched all of it, not just your friend.
Well, I read all of it, yeah. I mean, I'm only seen what has come. I know what happens in the next two episodes. 2 episodes,
yeah.
Yeah, I know what happens in the next 2 episodes.
Have you guys started taping the next episodes for the last half of the second season?
They have started, yes.
They have?
I'm in for now. I'm in one more. Well, I don't want to say. I'm predicting that.
Don't tell us.
Until there's. Yeah, I just
Stuff
want
I don't
people
wanna
to be surprised. People be surprised.
Okay,
I
all
want
right.
the story to be.
Okay,
Let you guys predict, and I'll give you like a
Do you have any predictions? So in the next episode, if you did not see the spoilers or the preview, for the next episode, tune out right now. But they basically showed there's maybe like a virus or like a breakout in a hospital, maybe a zombie apocalypse. I have no idea.
I think it's the hospital. Is it the hospital that she's in? Did they say that?
They didn't say that, but if it is, that's great. That's a great story.
Even more.
I honestly don't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think they showed us or told us. That's all they really do. So we know that some outbreak is gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I still something has to bring Paige and Walter together, and it either has to be like a gut-wrenching thing that happens to Ray or to like Ralph. Something has to happen to somebody that affects, or even Megan maybe.
The two of them.
You want them to get together.
Yes.
Of course.
I think everybody does, right?
Yeah, or like
All the
just
fans.
keep pushing, keep giving us a little bit more progression in the relationship.
Yeah, because I mean, if they get together though, doesn't that ruin the tension on a TV show?
No, because we also have Toby and Happy, another relationship that does not seem to be working.
That's true.
Right.
So we do have
friend
the
zone. He's in the friend zone.
dysfunctional relationship, you
Right.
know? So I
It's
think
like on
that's
the
why.
X-Files, they never really got together, and then once they did, it was just kind of like, oh.
Also in Castle.
Jim and Pam.
In,
Office,
yeah,
You
it's
know?
very true. But I think because we have that other relationship,
Right.
we
to,
have
to root for.
Yes,
Right.
the dysfunctional part,
Which
you
is
know.
so far from anything.
And I do think that the relationship, watching Walter be in a relationship with Paige, it would be an interesting route to take, something to follow. So
Yeah. I think Ray needs a lady.
I agree.
I love that.
Yeah.
He's
Is there a
just
lady coming for Ray?
Not that I know.
Oh, let's get you.
Brings
I'm
the
gonna
lady
write
into
the
the garage.
writers. I know.
Even like a gentleman. I don't know what he's into, but just something. Some sort of companionship.
What about you? Anything?
I don't
he likes the
know. I think. All right.
I mean, I wouldn't care either way. But I'm going to stop speaking. Go ahead.
No. I'm with you about, Paige and Walter. I definitely think something's going to happen. I hope it's not to Ralph. I think what you were saying before about Baby Daddy coming back. I think
Possibly.
that might,
They might be.
push something.
Because there has to be a big.
Brendan. Yeah, Brendan.
Yes,
yeah.
Drew.
He hasn't been on the show this year.
Season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because in 2 weeks has
He's
to be
in
a cliffhanger.
Alaska on the oil fields.
Yeah, wherever he's at.
Yeah.
Playing.
Working.
Yeah. So something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see. Now, before we sign off, Kevin, is there anything you want to tell the fans? Any projects you're working on?
Did this movie called The Trust with Nicolas Cage, Elijah Wood.
Nice.
It's doing like the festival circuits right now. I think I'm going back on the Blacklist. I do a recurring character
Yes,
on the Blacklist, so I'm going back to New York for that. And I'm gonna do Ari's radio play this Saturday.
Awesome.
Dick Duquesne. Go online on Twitter. Check out where we're doing that. It's like a live podcast radio play that we're doing in LA.
Cool.
Nice.
Well, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
being here.
It was so great.
So
much
great.
fun.
Come
So
back.
much better than the Hello
You're so
Ladies
funny.
one. No, I'm kidding.
But no, hashtag truth.
But really.
Well, they made me sit on the couch.
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't get the table.
You got it. Whenever you want to come back, you just let us know.
Even for other shows?
I will
I'm
put
like,
you
welcome to the castle after.
to the castle
Why not?
AFTERBUZZ. No, oh, so good. Kevin, where can the fans find you on Twitter or Instagram?
At Kevin Weisman.
Kevin Weisman. Susannah.
Awesome. You can follow me on Twitter at Susannah_Kim and on Instagram at Susannah Kim.
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Monse Bolanos, MonseBolanos. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. Tell Kevin how awesome he is and how much we want him to come back and bring Mr. RB, Mr.
RB.
Patrick with him.
RB.
RP. And I said Patrick. I still said Patrick. So let him know. Tweet us what you thought of this episode, and
Yeah.
we will see
I'm
you guys
waiting to hear
next
from you.
week. Thanks.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Stories.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.